Okay, here it is. So the notes, we're continuing with factoring. So notes, and we are still learning and applying and practicing all these different factoring techniques. Factoring, what are you going to see here for today? A combination of both of these, GCF and product of binomials, which we've been doing and which we've been practicing, so hopefully you're getting better and better. You're going to see two types of factoring, or maybe even three, but two types of factoring. I'm going to keep it easy. Two types of factoring in each of these problems. All right, let's jump in the water here. What if I give you something like number one and I put what if I put x cubed plus 7x squared plus 10x? And we're just going to factor. That's all you got to do. You just got to factor it. Well, guess what? Guess what all of these are going to have in common? I'm going to tell you right now. You got to do GCF first. They're going to have a common factor. Sometimes it's only a variable. Sometimes it's only a number. Sometimes it's both a variable and a number. But when you first look at it, it's going to be something like you've never seen, but there's a GCF there. Anybody, what's the common factor for this? Anybody see anything? An X. Everybody for sure see that there's an X? How about a number? Is there a number they have in common? No. This has a number, this has a number, this doesn't have a number. So the common factor for this one, the GCF, is your X. Okay, we learned that. Go ahead and find out what's left inside. Wasn't it going to be x squared plus 7x plus 10? You guys agree? And then you think like, okay, I'm done. I factored it. It's a GCF. But guess what? It's not done. Because you're going to have to look again. Look again here. This, pretty much what's going to be left over in the inside here, it can factor out again. You can factor this. This is going to be a different kind of factoring. Okay, so how do we factor x squared plus 7x plus 10? Anybody know how to factor x squared plus 7x plus 10? Well, isn't that product of binomials? Or we make a list of the 10s and see which ones add up to 7. Anybody know what numbers it's going to be? Let me see. Let me make a list of my 10s here. 10, that'll be 1 times 10, 2 times 5. Well, I think that's it, no? Then you should already know it. What is it? The 2 and the 5. Yeah. So remember, this x that you factored out is still there, and now this is going to factor out into, right, this inside here will factor out into a product of binomials. Anything new? No. Okay, so what goes here? X what? X plus 7? I thought you said it was this one, the 2 and the 5. 2 and a 5. What should be the signs? Plus on both? Correct. Always check and make sure. Does it add up to, does it multiply to a positive 10? Yes. Does it add up to a positive 7? Yes. And that's it. Everybody see how we use two different types of factoring techniques here? But guess what I'm telling you right now? The first one's always going to be what? A GCF. Okay, that one was an easy one. Let's make it a little bit more challenging. Number 2, here we go. Number 2, what about, 4x squared minus 12x minus 160. Well, I know it's not a variable because both of these only have an x and this one doesn't. So it's not an x. How about a number? 4. Somebody said it. Correct. We're going to GCF a 4. A 4 is your greatest common factor. 4 does go into these. So we're going to factor it out. And you have to tell me What goes here for the x squared minus what goes here for the 12x, and then minus what goes here for the... Okay, 4 times what gives you 4x squared? Oh, x squared, correct. 4 times what gives you a 12x? Well, I already put the negative, so... Correct, minus 3x, everybody agree? I can't find out the last one.
Hi, this is Rachel from Dealer Services. Your file...
Shut up. Okay. And I think it's 40. Can anybody do 160 divided by 4? You get 40. Yeah? I got 40. It is 40. It's 40. And then you're like, yes, I'm done. No, you're not. Because guess what? Now you got to look again and look in here. And this will be a product of binomials. You can factor again. You can factor this again. So remember, 4 is still part of your answer here. 4 is still there. You got to find out how this now breaks down in factors. Product of binomials. 40. Oh, let me. I got to look at the list of the 40s, right? The 40 times tables. The factors of 40. 40 has a lot, like 5, I think, or 6. 1 times 40. Let me help you out. 2 times 20. Not 3. Oh yeah. 4 times 10. Oh, 5. 5 times 8. I think that's it. Oh, it only has 4. And what do we know? It has a takeaway right there. What does that mean? Which of these can subtract to a 3? Oh, I heard it. 5 and 8. Everybody got it? I can subtract the 8 and the 5 to get a 3. So I'm going to put XX. I'm going to put a 5 and an 8. Now here's where you got to watch your signs. One of them has to be positive and one of them has to be negative. Positive 5, negative 8 is correct. Okay? Because when you multiply it, okay, it's going to give you negative 40. When you add them, it has to give you the negative 3. We're good? Okay, so like I said, we're really not seeing anything new. We've learned these. We're just seeing them in combination, right? All right, picking it up, stepping it up. Number 3. Everybody good with that one? 3. Last of the easy ones, folks. 2x4 minus 34x cubed plus 140x squared. What? Okay, well, I'm telling you, for this assignment, the first one's a GCF. Something's a common in all terms. Anybody get a GCF here? What's the GCF? A 2? That's it? Only a 2? 2x squared is right. 2x squared is right. A 2 is the number that can go into all the other numbers. And x squared is the most number of x that can be factored out. Okay. Something goes here, take away something goes here, plus something goes here. Figure out what goes there. Two times what is x4? Just x squared, correct. Minus 17x, correct. Plus 7? Oh, 7d. You guys check it? You guys agree with this? How can you check? I know some of you are quicker than others. I know some of you are not that fast. But it's on the video. But yeah, take your time. This times this should give you the first one. This times this should give you this. Check the numbers and check the variables. And you already know what numbers are going to work for this, Dean?
That one, 35.
Okay, I don't know what you said.
Oh, wait, mister, I just...
Remember, now you got to look again, and this will factor again. So we know that this is going to factor again to a product of binomials. You just got to figure out how. Oh, you got to figure out how does this factor. Well, we're not going to do it in our head. We're going to make a list of the 70s, factors of 70. And I know that it has a plus, so the two numbers have to add to a 17. Well, 1 times 70, 2 times 35, 3 does not go into 70. 4 times 15, I think, is 70. Somebody check. Somebody check if 4 times 15 is...
4 times 15 is...
Oh, no, that's 60, huh? Oh, that's not it. Then 4 doesn't go. It doesn't, sorry. 3 doesn't go, 4 doesn't go. Oh, 5 does. 5 times 14, so sorry. And then 7 times 10. Gee, I wonder which one's going to add up to a 17. 7 times 10. Oh, that you should have thought of that one first. Oh, you did? I asked you and you said, I don't know.
No, I said 7 times.
Oh, I didn't remember. Okay, so you want to use a 7 and a 10? That's right, 7, 10. And in order for them to add up to a negative 17, what has to be true? Negative for both of them. Correct. And yes, 2 negatives multiplied will give you the positive, and 2 negatives added will give you the negative 17. All right. All right, moving on. Here we go. Number 4. Oh, the dark cloud. Okay, try this one. Negative 2x squared plus 26x minus 44. This one's actually not difficult, but I put this one because anybody notice right here, this first one? It has a negative sign. We don't want the one with the x squared or with the squared part to have a negative. So the greatest common factor is a negative and a 2, so it's negative 2. There's no other variable in common. Find out what goes in there. Negative 2 times what gives me negative 2x squared? Well, that's x squared. And remember the sign. If this is positive, are you going to put positive here? No, remember when you factor out a negative, it changes the sign, right? Negative times negative, positive. Okay, so now 2 times what will give you that? 13, that's it?
13 x.
Correct. And if this is a negative, what does this sign have to be? A negative like this?
Positive.
No, because negative to negative is positive. No, it has to be a plus. Yeah, watch. And 2 times what is 44? 22. Ooh, we've not seen 22. 22 only has like a couple of factors. Let's see. Let me list the factors. 1 times 22. 2 times what? 11. I think that's it. That's it. Gee, I wonder which ones can give me a 13.
Well, mister, don't all numbers that end with the 2, aren't they all like that?
What's all like that?
Like, there's not that many factors for it?
No. If it ends in a 2, is that what you said?
Yeah, because like...
No, that's not right.
No?
No.
What's the thing about it? Like, okay...
I thought about it. No.
30.
Okay, here we go. All right, so it's going to be negative 2. And how is this going to factor? Well, that's going to be xx to give me the x squared here in front. And the numbers we said was this, the 2 and the 11? Yeah. Both negative? Oh, you're right, because it has to give me negative 13, so they both have to be negative. Okay, 5. No, you know what? The bell's in the ring in the book, right? So I'll continue the notes tomorrow. Yeah, I'll probably have to push the test till... We'll see. Okay, I'll continue the notes tomorrow.